Welcome to Play-by-Play Review. I'm your host, Henry, and the World Cup's on. Not that I'm really going to talk about it too much. I'm not a huge soccer fan, but hey, it's big. And it's in America too, which is nice. We've had Messi score a hat trick earlier today, which is pretty crazy. He's now tied for the all-time goals scored in World Cup with 16. Like he has scored 16 goals in the World Cup, in all the World Cups he's played in, pretty much. It's like his sixth now or something. It's crazy. But he's tied at 16 goals now. So one more, which is certainly feasible. Almost guaranteed at this rate. He will be in sole possession there. But that is not the sport I'm covering here. I'm covering baseball, but I wanted to, introduce that. It's the match between Austria and Jordan, I believe. That is starting basically right now as I'm starting to record this. So there you go. For reference on when I'm recording this, it is the kickoff for that game is happening basically right now. I can actually probably give you a countdown right now. Literally just happened. So anyway, we'll flash back to June 10th. So last Wednesday, which I don't think the World Cup had started by then. Maybe it did. I don't know. But it was the end of a series for a lot of teams. Not the Orioles, actually. They were in game 2 of 3 against the Mariners. They actually just played their first game again against the Mariners and lost 3-1 today, which was frustrating. I was basically waiting for that game to end because it was being played in Seattle. And then I just started doing this. But yeah. We'll start with the Rays and the Red Sox. This was a Rays victory with Drew Rasmussen pitching a really, really good game. 13 strikeouts in this one. There's been some crazy performances as of late pitching wise. I don't remember if the Jacob Mizorowski complete game was this week. I need to check. Hang on. Brief sidetrack. Where even are the Brewers? I can't even find them. Okay, the Phillies, because they played the Phillies. That's when it was. Yes, it was in fact. It's coming up essentially, and Jordan's making an early push on Austria there. Anyway, so yeah, this was 7-5 victory in favor of the Rays. They would sweep the Red Sox, who again are not having a good season. At that point, they fell to 27-39. Not good there at all. Rays got to 40 wins there actually, so that was good for them. They're one of the better teams in the American League. Well, one of the best teams in the American League, one of the better teams in baseball as a whole at the moment. The Orioles would win 7-2 on that back on Wednesday. Brandon Young pitched a really good game. George Kirby got lost there. Jackson Holliday hit a grand slam in the game. Third career grand slam for Jackson Holliday in his now, I think it's only his second season. He wasn't there in 2024. I don't think he was. I think last year was the year he got called up. But yeah, that was a good one. Unfortunately, the Orioles have not had a good week at all. They did win. They won a couple, but it's not been a great stretch at the moment. They're faltering slightly. And for some reason, ESPN still says they're live. The game is over. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, the Yankees would win 8-4 over the Guardians, sweeping them in 3 as they're kind of avoiding the June swoon, so to speak, even with Aaron Judge and now Trent Grisham injured as well. They're actually playing very well in June overall. They're 44-27, so they're rocking and rolling. Guardians, meanwhile, still good. Still a couple games above 500, just not a good series there against New York. The Giants would win. This game was absolutely insane. They would win 11-10 against the Nationals. And at one point going into the 8th inning, they were down 9-1. And then managed to win it with a walk-off grand slam in the bottom of the 9th. To actually avoid the sweep against the Nats as well. This is, again, absolutely crazy game there. Bryce Eldridge with the game-winning grand slam that would have been a homer in only Oracle Park, but lucky for the Giants, they played in Oracle Park, their home stadium. It was a short porch, essentially, home run there. Pretty crazy, to say the least. So the Padres would win 5-4 over the Reds. Fernando Tatis Jr. hit a walk-off home run in this one, his second of the season in this one, as the Padres would win the series against Cincinnati, who's been struggling a good bit as of late. Padres doing all right despite their statistically not good offense. They're actually playing pretty well. I'm making a recap on the National League, and like I did with the American League, it's getting there for sure. I'm trying to get it done tomorrow. The editing is tedious. I don't like editing. It's so tedious. But I will try and get it done by tomorrow night. I'm pretty much going to go, after I'm done recording this, going to go right back to editing that because I'm on the Cubs at the moment. And it's just a lot of finding clips, editing, like putting them in, trimming them down, adjusting the volume, adjusting the transitions, rinse, repeat. And it takes like 10 minutes each and like 5 to 10 minutes each. And I got to do that like 100 times. It's really annoying. But anyway, the Marlins would win 8-0 over the Diamondbacks. Kyle Stowers and Owen Casey both with home runs in this game. They would actually, they would eventually sweep the Diamondbacks. So this is game 2 of 3. So spoilers for the Thursday game. But yeah, this is a good one. Diamondbacks not been good in June at all. They really bad in June. Though the last couple of games they played have been a bit better, though they are losing 7-0 at the moment to the Angels in the bottom of the ninth. That Pittsburgh, just Pittsburgh Athletic game is actually tied 5-5 in the bottom of the eighth at the moment. So I'm going to keep an eye on that one. Those are the only 2 games left at the moment today. Let's see, where was I? Pirates winning 9-8 over the Dodgers. Tyler Callahan with a home run off of Shohei. Gregory Soto with the save. Callahan had another 3-run home run late in the game. So that was game 2 of 3 in that series with the Pirates evening it up there. Pirates a bit of a surprise with how pretty well they're playing even this far into the season. I don't think a lot of people were expecting them to be above 500 at this point, I'm going to be honest. Just because the Pirates have historically not been very good over the past, 4 to 5 years. So, and I don't know. It's interesting. Good for Pittsburgh. I mean, the Dodgers are obviously very good, but yeah, it's cool to see Pittsburgh still playing pretty well. AL Central matchup, the Twins would win 6-4 over the Tigers. Byron Buxton hitting his 20th home run of the season. Framber Valdez got hit with his 5th loss. He's not having a great time in Detroit at the moment. This was the Twins evening up the series against their rival as well. Both teams well under 500 also. Phillies would win 7-4 over the Blue Jays. Kyle Schwarber, his 24th home run. I believe he still leads the league in homers because he just is destroying the ball. Phillies would win that series over, I almost said Tampa Bay, but no, Toronto. Max Scherzer got hit with his 4th loss. He's 1-4 with a 10.23 ERA. So not a good season right now for Max Scherzer in the slightest. Cardinals won 9-2 over the Mets. Jordan Walker with, unsurprisingly, another home run. He's kind of chasing, with Munetaka Murakami and Aaron Judge injured, he's kind of the lead chaser to Kyle Schwarber for that home run lead, pretty much, if that makes any sense. Because those 4 guys have kind of been the top ones, and right now only 2 of them are active at the moment. This was 9-2. This was Cardinals winning 2 in a row against the Mets, so they would take the series there, even with 1 game to play. Cardinals playing very well as of late, too. They were, at that point, 37-28. Mets, obviously, not nearly as much. They're 29-38 after that one. The White Sox would win 2-1 over the Braves. White Sox been a very fun team. And this was this the walk-off on 80s night? It might have been. No, that was a different one. But this was Davis Martin pitching well for the White Sox. He's been a very good or he's been having a very good season for Chicago. This was okay. So it's actually the night before. That's what it was. When the White Sox walked off the Braves 6-5 in extras. That was on 80s night because they had the like retro scoreboard, which was cool. But that was winning. White Sox actually winning 2 in a row against Atlanta, which is pretty interesting given that Atlanta is one of the best teams in the league. But again, White Sox actually pretty good this season. So they certainly gave the Braves a run for their money there. Next up, the Rangers would win 6-4 over the Royals in an American League matchup there. Evening the series up as well. That was game 2 of 3. Both teams with double-digit hits in this game. Royals actually 13 hits, but only 4 runs. Elias Diaz with the go-ahead double in the 10th inning, so this was an extra innings victory there for Texas, playing in Kansas City as well. And after that, it was the Rockies winning 2-0, or 3-2. Sorry, I don't know, where did I get 2-0 from? What? I don't know where I got that from. 3-2 over the Cubs there, so they would actually win 2 in a row over Northside. Cubs fell back to an even 34-34 record as well. Antonio Senzatella, who is a relief pitcher, he's actually 6-0 on the season. So great record there for Senzatella coming out of the bullpen for Chicago. This was a walk-off as well for Colorado in the bottom of the 9th. I almost said the Bears, but the Cubs tied it up in the top of the 9th. Or took the lead, tied it up in the top of the 9th, but then lost it on a Troy Johnston walk-off. After that, the A's would win 4-3 over the Brewers. This was the A's actually winning the series, winning after that 15-14 shootout to start the series. They would win the next 2. Carlos Cortez and Lawrence Butler both hit home runs in this game to net the A's victory. I think they've actually taken. They're in a tight race with Seattle at the moment for the lead in the AL West. And certainly getting some wins over the Brewers is nice. And then last but not least, the Angels would win 3-2 over the Astros with a Jose Siri walk-off single in the 10th, as the Angels would win the series in games 2 and 3 over their division rival in the AL West. Brian Abreu got hit with his 3rd loss for Houston. Now we go to Thursday, and we get to the Orioles and the Mariners. Orioles once again put up 7 runs. Pete Alonso hit a home run in this game. There's a 6-run 3rd inning in this one for Baltimore. They almost lost it, actually. Kyle Bradish, I think this is the Kyle Bradish start that went a little sideways in the 4th inning. He gave up a couple 2-run home runs in the 4th inning that made it a lot closer than it needed to be. But O's held on in the end. This has been no, actually they won after that. But yeah, it was a good win. They actually won the series over Seattle, which is nice. Given how poorly they played in game 1, it was good to see them turn it around. Hopefully they do the same on tomorrow and Thursday for this week. But we'll see. You will know. I mean, you can obviously look it up when it happens, but you'll for sure know next week when I cover this, and hopefully the Orioles will be playing better than they are at the moment. But anyway, the Marlins would, as I kind of spoiled, they won 2-0 over the Diamondbacks. Ty Phillips, his first win of the season. I guess, is he a starter? He's only 1-1. No, he's a relief pitcher. Okay, never mind. But yeah, he's still got first win of the season there. Pete Fairbanks got his 8th save. He's not having a good season, but he did it there. Merrill Kelly, his 5th loss. Not exactly a bad performance. Only 5 hits total for the Marlins and 2 runs. It's just the Diamondbacks offense could do nothing in that one. Anyway, I guess Tyler Phillips must have started the game. 2 hits in 5 innings. Okay. I don't know if they did an opener or if he just started. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, from one shutout to another, the Tigers would shut out the Twins 11-0. 6 home runs in this game, by the way. That is kind of crazy. Spencer Torkelson with 1 of the 6, but that is must have been a lot of solo shots. Hang on, I'm actually going to go peer into the box score or the game cast in this because I want to see. So Torkelson, Gleyber Torres, Colt Keith, Riley Green, Zach McKinstry, and Perez. What is your first name? I do not remember off the top of my head. Wenzel Perez. That's what it is. They all hit homers in this one, with the Tigers taking that series, winning games 1 and 3 over their division rival. The Mets would stave off the sweep, winning 5-4 with a Juan Soto go-ahead home run in the 7th. Devin Williams got his 9th save there for New York. I don't know why I blanked on the name for a sec. I was like, Southside? No, that's Chicago. No, Devin Williams with his 9th save of the season. There for the Mets, they would win 5-4 and not be swept by the Cardinals. Mets also advanced to 30 wins after that one, 30 and 38. The Rangers, in the meantime, would win 4-2 over the Royals, as they would take the series, winning games 2 and 3. Corey Seager with a home run and a single. Michael Wacha got hit with his 5th loss. Jake Latz, his 11th save there, or Jacob Latz, 11th save of the season there for Texas. The Cubs would win 9-3 over the Rockies, avoiding the sweep there. Peter Armstrong actually hit for the cycle in this one. First cycle of the season in the majors. Edward Cabrera, his 4th win of the season as well. Both teams actually with double-digit hits. Rockies actually had more hits than Chicago. They had 12 hits, but only 3 runs. Cubs, 10 hits, 9 runs. So Cubs significantly more efficient there. Then finally, the Dodgers would win 8-6 over the Pirates, though Ohtani did actually leave the game with knee inflammation. I think he's largely fine. It's just like precautionary. Let me just make sure he's like still okay, because I actually didn't really look into this. I saw it and I was like, that's not good. But yeah, he's currently active. I think he's playing at the moment. Let's see if I go to his game log. Yeah, he missed. I don't even think he missed a full game from the looks of it. He might have missed Friday. I don't know if the Dodgers even have or they might have had an off day. I'm not sure, but I think he just did miss 1 game, and that was it. Looks like Jordan almost scored, but they did not in the end. But yeah, I think Shohei sat for 1 game, and now he's back to doing Shohei stuff. Though he did go hitless for last 2 games. He did walk twice on Sunday, but anyway. Brief sidetrack over. That does it for Thursday. There was going to be Braves White Sox to cap off the series there, but it got postponed, I assume, because of rain, to be made up on August 20th. So the 2-game series in the end between the Braves and the White Sox would end in a White Sox 2-game series sweep there, because I guess that you can call it a series. Anyway, Friday with the start of new series for looks like every team, I'm pretty sure. But definitely the start of new stuff for everyone. The Orioles would play the Padres. This one I streamed partially before my power went out due to a major storm that blew through my area. I will not say which area, but it was a major storm that came and went and knocked out my power for a good bit. Right after Gunnar Henderson hit a home run, hit his 100th career home run to make it 7-3, or well, at that point 7-2. The Orioles would wind up winning 7-3 in the end to top it off. Griffin Canning got hit with his 5th loss. He's 0-5. He did not pitch a good game at all. And yeah, this is the last game the Orioles have won since then. Unfortunately, they have gone on not a good run since. There's only been 3 games that they've lost since, but it's still not good. Anyway, the Red Sox would open up series with the Rangers, winning 10-1 in this one as well. Jack Leiter got hit with his 6th loss in the season. Cedar Rafaela with a homer and 3 RBIs. Sonny Gray, who's now 8-1 on the season, so he's pitching very well there for Boston with a 3.03 ERA. Yeah, Red Sox, good game there. The Marlins and the Pirates would face off with Sandy Alcantara pitching his 6th win of the season. Marlins actually going on a bit of a winning streak. They would win 8-3 in this one. Won 6 in a row at that point. After beating Pittsburgh, Marlins got back to actually both teams wound up advancing / falling to a 35-35 record after that one, which is pretty interesting for this far in the season that two teams after the end of the result wind up with the same exact record. But anyway, the Mariners would go to Washington to play the Nationals, and they would win 10-2. Colt Emerson with a home run there. Mariners with a 5-run second inning as well. Zach Littell, his 5th loss of the season. He's 6-5. Bryce Miller, his 3rd win, 3-0 on the season. He also, I think, just got his 4th win today against the Orioles. He pitched very well. Basically pitched a perfect game after the first inning for like 5 innings straight. It was very frustrating to watch. But anyway, I think he might have had like 1 walk and then he had a hit by pitch, but it was a lot of annoying at-bats for the Orioles there. The Guardians would play host to their division rival Tigers. Tanner Bybee wins his 2nd in a row after going 0-7 to start out. 8 strikeouts in the game. Guardians would win 3-2. Looks like Austria just scored in the 20th minute against Jordan there. Anyway, yeah, so the Guardians would win 3-2. Jack Flaherty got hit with his 8th loss of the season. Not a, horrible performance there. Again, only 3 runs total given up by the Tigers in this game, but their offense could only muster 2 hits and 2 runs. So not ideal to say the least. Couple solo shots there for Detroit. Made it close at least, but nothing more. Anyway, the Diamondbacks would figure out how to win baseball games again, as they would win 5-2 over the Reds. And this was actually a walk-off, not walk-off, but a 9th inning rally for Arizona after Blake Dunn dropped a foul ball in the inning. Then to allow the go-ahead runner to score. That made it 3-2, and then they gave up a 2-run single after that. Rough there for Cincinnati, to say the least. They fell to 32-36 after that one. Oh, Jordan almost with a chance there to tie it up. Not quite, though. But the Mets would win 7-5 over their division rival Braves. Former Oriole Cionel Perez with the win there. Braves, slight skid, but slight in terms of they lost like 4 of their last 5. So again, slight skid there for the Braves at the moment. Devin Williams, another save there for New York. Spencer Strider got hit with his 2nd loss of the season as well. Almost another goal there for Jordan. Bo Bichette also hit a grand slam and then also a solo home run in that game. The Blue Jays would win 8-5 over the Yankees. Cosmo Okamoto and George Springer both homered in this game. Trey Savage, his 3rd win of the season. Ryan Weathers, his 5th loss. It's crazy that Ryan Weathers has a 2-5 record because it feels like he pitches really well. Louis Varland also got his 12th save. He's been pitching incredibly well there for Toronto. The White Sox, in the meantime, would host the Dodgers and win this one 8-2, with Chase Mydroth having a 3-hit game and 2 RBIs. Anthony Kay, because I'm pretty sure that's his first name. Yeah, Anthony Kay with his 6th win of the season. Roki Sasaki, his 4th loss of the season, actually. So one of the weaker starters there for Los Angeles. The Brewers would shut out the Phillies. This was the Jacob Mizorowski game, as he would pitch a complete game shutout and only give up 1 total hit in this one as well. Through a 104.5 mile per hour fastball in the 9th, 15 strikeouts. I don't know if that was in the 9th, but throws 104.5 in this game. 15 strikeouts, 1 hit. I think he does not walk a batter either. So pitches, I guess, 1 over the minimum. There might have been an error in this game. Maybe not. Hang on. Let me actually see if he just pitched one over the minimum. So yeah, perfect first, perfect second, perfect third. Gives up the single in the fourth, but induces a double play, so it's still at the pitching to the minimum. Perfect fifth, perfect sixth, perfect seventh, perfect eighth, and perfect ninth. So yeah, literally just one hit by Kyle Schwarber in the fourth inning to lead off the fourth inning was standing between Mizorowski and perfection, which is crazy. Just absolute domination for the Miz. Really just this entire season. He's 8-2 with a 1.34 ERA. Just ridiculous numbers that he's putting up. Anyway, after that, the Astros would win 10-8 over the Royals. Yordan Alvarez with 2 home runs in this game, including a grand slam. He's actually one of the other guys. Him and Jordan Walker are the 2 guys, along with Kyle Schwarber, that are in there for the home run leads. Actually, I don't know why I forgot about Yordan. He actually might be leading the league in homers. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, he is really, really good, to say the least. The Twins, in the meantime, would win 9-8 over the Cardinals. Multiple home runs in this game for Minnesota, including Royce Lewis and Brooks Lee both homering, as they would hold on in the ninth to win. So not an extra innings one there. Then the Angels would win 4-3 over the Rays. They actually loaded the bases in the ninth. But that was it. Trey Mancini, who's actually back in the league finally, signed a minor league deal with the Angels. Was back, hit a 2-run triple in this game. So as an Orioles fan, I love seeing Trey Mancini. He's a favorite of mine. So it's good to see him back and playing. Actually, how many games has he played so far? Came back last Monday, actually, so the 8th, and has hitting .308 so far in the 5 games he's played. Not too bad. With has not homered yet. Does have 4 RBIs. So hey, I'm rooting for Trey Mancini there. Anyway, the Athletics would win 6-4 over the Rockies. Lawrence Butler scores on a throwing error, according to the summary. I don't know. It's the go-ahead run. Okay, I was going to say, why are you highlighting that? But yeah, scores the go-ahead run there for the Athletics, and they tacked on an extra insurance run. They were 1 game back of 500 at that point. Then finally, the Cubs would win 5-1 over the Giants. Michael Busch with a 3-run home run in this game. Javier Assad, his 4th win, landed up 7th loss now on the season. Saturday is what we get to. And again, as always, going to try and speed this up. As we're kind of approaching the halfway point in the schedule, I will power through. Padres win 9-3 over the Orioles. Padres had 5 home runs in this game. It was not good for the Orioles either side. They left a lot of runners on base. Did the Orioles 10 hits, a couple walks here and there. Is not good. The Red Sox would win 6-3 over the Rangers, taking the series as well. Garrett Whitlock got his 4th win of the season as a reliever. Aroldis Chapman his 14th save. Ceddanne Rafaela with a 2-run single there for Boston as well. He's actually having a nice stretch at the moment. The Cardinals would get one back over the Twins, winning 9-6. Multiple home runs in this game for St. Louis as well. Blaze Jordan, his first major league homer. Ivan Herrera also with 2 homers in the game, as the Cardinals got to 38 wins after that one. The Yankees would even up the series against the Blue Jays, winning 3-1. Paul Goldschmidt with the tie-breaking home run in the 9th inning there for New York. Louis Varland actually got hit with his 2nd loss of the season, though he still has a .96 ERA. So that kind of goes to show how good he's been pitching. But blew the save there for Toronto. The Pirates would win 3-2 over the Marlins. Spencer Horwitz was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded to drive in the game-winning run from the looks of it. Was that a walk-off? No, it was in the 8th inning. But that would be the winning run there for Pittsburgh as they would tie the series up. So an interesting way to win there, to say the least. Nats would win 8-3 over the Mariners. Luis Castillo, his 6th loss of the season there. As the Nats would tie up the series, Luis Garcia Jr. with a homer and C.J. Abrams with 3 hits in the game as well. Cade Cavalli, his 4th win. The Reds would finally win again with a 2-1 victory over the Diamondbacks. Not Ketel Marte, different Marte on the other team. Noelvi Marte with the go-ahead home run in the 8th inning. I had no idea if he's related to Ketel Marte, who plays on the Diamondbacks, by the way. No idea for sure, but interesting there. So after that, we go to the Braves winning 3-1 over the Mets, taking a game back against their division rival. Eli White with a home run and 3 hits in the game. Sean Manaea, his 2nd loss of the season. Raisel Iglesias with his 14th save there for Atlanta as well. Martin Perez, his 5th win. The Guardians would win 3-1 over the Tigers with a returning Tarek Skubal as well. Gave up a 2-run home run to Daniel Schneemann in this game. He got his 3rd loss of the season. So after his early season injury, Skubal is back, though did not pitch quite as well as he may would have hoped, though he also did not really get much run support either. Cade Smith, his 23rd save of the season there for Cleveland as well. The Dodgers would even up the series against the White Sox with a 7-1 victory. Had something get caught in my throat there, but Yoshinobu Yamamoto took a no-hit bid into the 9th inning, but wound up obviously losing it in the end. I don't think it was a solo home run. I think it was it was a solo home run, but I think there was also like an error maybe. No, it was just he gave up a solo home run. I think he had a perfect game going for a while actually. Ooh, Jordan almost scored. Oh, almost scored again. That was crazy. I had to pause a sec, so I'm like not quite in line. But let's see. It was, I think, yeah, he's carrying perfect through 6, 7. Yeah, he's carrying perfect game into the 8th inning. Then Mookie Betts committed an error in the 8th to break up the perfect game, and then gave up a leadoff homer in the 9th inning to end the no-hit bid as well, and the scoreless, and like the everything. But did complete the game. So 1 run, 1 hit, complete game there for Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who is pitching very well this season, as the Dodgers would win there. The Astros would win 8-7 over the Royals. Jose Altuve with the game-tying home run in the 8th inning. And then they would win it in the 9th, I assume, right? That sounds correct, right? Yeah, they would. Christian Walker with an RBI fielder's choice in the top of the 9th. As the Astros would take 2 in a row against Kansas City. The Phillies would win 9-8 over the Brewers. JT Realmuto with a 3-run home run in the game there for Philadelphia. Not an extra innings game, just a regular one, regular 9 innings. Johan Duran, his 18th save. The Cubs would win 6-1 over the Giants. PCA with a leadoff home run on the first pitch of the game. And the Cubs never really looked back after that, so they would win 2 in a row there against San Francisco. Then the Athletics would win 7-5 over the Rockies. A's winning 2 in a row there against Colorado. Tyler Soderstrom with the go-ahead double, RBI double in the 6th there for the Athletics, who got, again, also around 35 and 35. They got to 35 and 35 in that one, so also around 500. The Angels, finally, to round out the day, would win 8-0 over the Rays. Jose Soriano pitched a good game. He now has 8 wins on the season, 5 shutout innings. And Griffin Jacks, his 5th loss. He's actually not having a good season at all in Tampa Bay. Despite the team as a whole playing well, Griffin Jacks has not really been one of them. So we move to Sunday and the conclusion for most of these series. The Padres would take the series over the Orioles, winning 5-2. With, again, just Orioles, 10 hits in this game, but only 2 runs. They just were really bad with runners in scoring position. Like, really, really bad. Mason Miller, his 19th save of the season. The Rangers would win 6-4 over the Red Sox. Nathan Eovaldi, his 6th win of the season, as they would avoid the sweep. Let's see. Again, going to kind of speed through this. Marlins would win 4-2 over the Pirates. Max Meyer 7-0 now on the season after this win. Paul Skeens, his 6th loss on the season as well. He's 6-6. Still with a 2.85 ERA. Meyer with a 2.75 ERA there for Miami. The Nats would win 10-1 over the Mariners. Miles Mikolas goes 7 shutout innings in this game. Emerson Hancock, his 3rd loss of the season, as the Nats would take the series against Seattle, winning games 2 and 3. The Yankees would win 8-3 over the Blue Jays, taking the series there. Camilo Doval got his 3rd win of the season for the Yanks. Ben Rice with a tie-breaking home run in the 9th inning. So this is actually a game that did go to the 9th inning. Tied 3 apiece. Yankees then put up 5 in the 9th inning with a Ben Rice 2-run home run and then Jose Caballero 3-run home run there for New York. The D-backs would win 5-3 over the Reds. Paul Sewald with another save. He was up to 17 after that one. So they would take the series, winning games 1 and 3 over Cincinnati. Gabriel Moreno with a home run in the 8th inning. The Mets would actually win the series over the Braves, winning 8-1 here. Bryce Elder, his 4th loss of the season. Freddie Peralta, 5th win. Mets would win games 1 and 3. AJ Ewing with a homer, a single, and a double in this game as well. So triple away from the cycle. After that, the Royals would win 4-0 over the Astros. Spencer Arrighetti, only his 2nd loss of the season there for Houston. Stephen Kolek, his 4th win, because I'm pretty sure your first name is Stephen, right? Yes, it is. The White Sox would win the series over Los Angeles, winning games 1 and 3 with a 6-4 victory there. Colts Montgomery, Sam Antonacci, and Chase Meidroth all had homers in this game off of Emmett Sheehan. So the bottom of the Dodgers order or rotation, not quite as good as I think they'd hope. After that, the Brewers would once again shut out the Phillies. Kyle Harrison with his 8th win of the season. He's also pitching really well there for Milwaukee. Christopher Sanchez, his 3rd loss. Again, also still pitching really well. He still has a 1.82 ERA. One of the front runners for NL Cy Young. I mean, I don't think Harrison's going to be in the Cy Young conversation. I think if anyone on the team is going to be Mizorowski, but both those guys were really good pitchers this season. As Brewers would take the series there against Philly. Jackson Chourio also had a homer in this game. Same with Blake Perkins. Then the Twins would win 5-4 over the Cardinals. This was, I think, actually the Twins taking the series over St. Louis, winning games 1 and 3 there. And a bit of a surprise given the how both teams have been playing so far. Then we get to the Rockies and the Athletics. The Rockies put up a football score, winning 23-9 against the Athletics. I'm not really sure how, but they did. Somehow someone got a save in this game. I have no idea how. ESPN, can you load, please? Iverson Castellano got a save in this one. I assume it's like a 3-out save, or not 3-out, 3-inning save, or something like that. But still, in a 23-9 game, I feel like that shouldn't be allowed for a save situation when you're up by 14. That's 2 touchdowns and extra points, and this is baseball. That is very impressive there for Colorado. After that, the Giants would avoid the sweep. Rockies also avoided the sweep there against the Athletics. The Giants would avoid the sweep, winning 5-1 over the Cubs. Logan Webb, his 4th win of the season. Colin Ray, his 5th loss. Then finally, the Rays would win 8-3 over the Angels. Junior Camarero with the eventual game winner, tie-breaking home run in the 2-run homer, actually, in the 8th inning there for Tampa Bay, as they got to 41 wins after that one. Then finally, the Tigers and Guardians got postponed due to rain to be made up all the way on September 4th, so not for a good while. I probably will not remember the fact that their September 4th game, even though it's probably going to be a doubleheader, is a makeup for this one, because that's, in theory, there's going to be a lot happening in between now and September 4th when that game is going to be played. Hopefully the Orioles at that point have managed to figure out how to play good baseball again, but who knows? Maybe they play really bad and they fire everyone and start over. That could also happen. I don't know, but anyway, we move on to Monday with significantly fewer games as per usual for it's sort of in between day between the big days. Pretty much usually Mondays and Thursdays seem to be Mondays and Thursdays, sometimes Mondays to Fridays. Usually Mondays though tend to be the off days for many. So the Phillies would win 7-0 over the Marlins. Zach Wheeler pitched his 6th win of the season. He has a 2.01 ERA. He's been pitching great since he returned from injury back in early May. Pitched really well last year. Has been pitching again really well this year. The Nats would win 7-3 over the Royals, as the Royals are once again going on a bit of a losing streak. After a pretty decent week last week, they have floundered again this time around. This was win number 5 for relief pitcher Brad Lord as well for Washington. Then we go to another shutout, actually, in the Reds shutting out the Mets 12-0. Not surprising that it's Chase Burns who is pitching. He's been really, really good. He pitched, got his 8th win. He has a 2.01 ERA. So the Reds got back on the winning train after that one. The Cardinals would hold the Padres to one singular hit in this one. Dustin May, I believe, pitched a complete game in this one as well. So a complete game shutout on just the one hitter for the Cardinals, as again, they would win 3-0 there. The Cubs would win 5-4 over the Rockies after their 23-run explosion. They would actually get walked off by the Cubs in the bottom of the 9th. And with a Matt Straw walk-off single, I think, actually. Or walk-off walk, actually, there for Chicago. Not the first one they've had this year as well, which is interesting. The Twins would play against the Rangers and win 4-2. Twins have actually gone on a slight run. They're this past week for them pretty much has been positive for Minnesota. 4-2 victory here on only 4 hits as well for Minnesota, but it was enough. This was one of the T. Rogerses. This is Taylor Rogers with the win for Minnesota. Say it. Taylor's in Minnesota, Tyler's in Toronto, I think, and then Trevor's in Baltimore. I don't think any of them are related. It's just funny that there's 3 different pitchers in the league that have the name of T. Rogers. Anyway, the Tigers would win 9-3 over the Astros. Kai Wai-Tang, his 6th loss of the season. Good voice crack there. But yeah, Colt Keith, 3 home runs in this game. Really? Hang on. I need to investigate. 3 home runs in this game for Colt Keith. Also was hit by pitch in the first, and that scored the first run because the bases were loaded. Kevin McGonigal with a home run in the second. Cole Keith home run in the third. Spencer Torkelson also home run in the third. Then Dylan Dingler scored a pass ball. Then Colt Keith home run in the 7th and also in the 9th. So good game there for Cole Keith. The Diamondbacks would win 4-3 over the Angels. Walter Arena, his 5th loss, though he's still pitching well overall on the season. The D-backs would score 1 in the top of the 9th on a Walton solo shot. I have no idea what your first name is. Where even are you? There you are. No, wait, hang on. That's not Walton homer. Oh wait, never mind, because he's on the Angels. That's why. It was a Geraldo Perdomo double in the 7th to make it 4-2. Then the Angels, if I actually read it correctly, brought it back up to 4-3, but they would not win in the end. Anyway, the A's would continue their winning ways, winning 11-2 against the Pirates. JT Ginn, his 5th win of the season here, as Athletics again still hovering around 500. They were 36-36. Pirates 36-37 after that one. 15 hits there for the Athletics as well. Then finally, the Dodgers would beat the Rays 4-3. Tanner Scott, his 8th save of the season there for LA. No score really later on in the game. Just a good old-fashioned save situation there for Scott. Then finally, we reach today with the start of a series between a lot of teams, including the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, starting an AL East matchup. Dylan Cease with the victory as the Blue Jays won 6-1. He's 4-3 on the season. Peyton Tolley, his 4th loss of the season. So Cease is 4-3, Tolley 3-4. Louis Varland, his 13th save of the season as well. 3 home runs in this game, 2 there for Toronto. The Mariners would win 3-1 with the Orioles. Just kind of cover this. Actually, I saw a return for a lot of guys on both sides. Cal Raleigh and J.P. Crawford returned from the injured list for Seattle. Ryan Helsley, though he did not appear in this game, also returned for the Orioles. Brandon Young didn't pitch bad, honestly. He didn't pitch bad at all. It was just Logan Gilbert pitched a lot better. Only gave up the 1 run, and that was in the first. Only gave up 1, maybe 2 hits. I don't know. He didn't give up both hits after that, but he only gave up like 1 other hit after that over the next like 5-6 innings. I think he went 6 total innings. It was rough, to say the least, as an Orioles fan. Orioles fall to 34-40 after that one. The O's really need a winning streak. They've not been good. I mean, they haven't really been streaky either way. They haven't like gone on a big losing streak. I hope they don't also. They're on, I think, though, a 3-game losing streak, but they haven't really gone on a big winning streak either. So it's been a lot of, it's unfortunately been more series losses than wins. And that's why, they're 6 games under 500, but it's not been like all bad all the time, but also not been good all the time. Anyways, the Phillies would win 8-2 over their division rival Marlins. Jesus Luzardo with his 6th win of the season there for Philly. The Nats would win 6-4 over the Royals, winning 2 straight against Kansas City, as Kansas City, again, not having a good stretch at the moment at all. The Yankees would win 12-2 over the White Sox. Davis Martin got hit with his 3rd loss of the season. I don't know how many innings he actually pitched and how many of these runs were courtesy of relief or off of relief pitchers, but 10 runs for the Yankees in between the 3rd and the 4th innings really did the White Sox in there. Reds would win 5-3 over the Mets, so they would even up. They would win 2 in a row against New York there. Kodai Senga, his 5th loss of the season. He's 0-5 with a 9 ERA flat. Brady Singer's 3rd win of the season as well. The Braves would lose 3-2 to the Giants. I don't know why I started out with a losing team there. Sorry about that. This was not a loss. This was a play suspended. If I actually bother to read. Play was suspended after the 2nd inning where the Giants were leading the Braves 3-2. And after that, we'll resume 2 p.m. Today, actually, now on Wednesday, because this is now gone into Wednesday, but it will resume on Wednesday, 2 p.m. So I guess they're going to play the rest of the game, then probably like kind of blend it into a doubleheader pretty much. That's my assumption. Just play like 7 innings and then a full 9 innings after that. That's what I assume. So to be continued for that game. First one of the season there. We'll see what happens. You'll have to find out next week on this podcast. But anyway, the Brewers would win 2-1 over the Guardians. Tyler McGill, his 9th save of the season there. Or sorry, this is Trevor McGill, right? Not Tyler. Yes, I always forget. This is Trevor McGill. Not too many Team McGills in the world. And of course, 2 of them happen to play baseball as pitchers. But yeah, Trevor McGill with his 9th save of the season there for Milwaukee. They're at 44 wins now. The Cardinals would win 3-2 over the Padres. Riley Ryan with his 18th save of the season there, as the Cardinals would win 2 straight over what city? I'm getting tired, so I'm blanking. San Diego. There we go. It's just a brain freeze moment right there. I was like, I'm dozing off even while I'm talking for no reason. I don't know why I'm tired. I actually got some good sleep today. And it's like, what city does the team with a giant SD in their logo play in out west? But yeah, it's San Diego. They lost. But we're almost there. We're on the last day. The Rockies would win 5-2 over the Cubs. Edward Cabrera, his 4th loss of the season. This was the Rockies evening up the series as well against Chicago. The Twins would win 12-2 over the Rangers in a very lopsided game there. Twins also won 2 in a row against Texas as well. Just pretty evenly spread too. No, I mean, there's a 5-run 4th inning, but that was the biggest out of any innings. The Astros would win 4-2 over the Tigers. I know this series was the return of Framber Valdez to Houston. I guess, was it this game? No, it was not that game. Not the previous game. And Kader Montero pitched for Detroit, so maybe he pitches tomorrow. Maybe that's a thing there for Framber Valdez, that he pitches tomorrow against his old team. I don't know. We'll see. The Angels would win 7-0 over the Diamondbacks. This is Tuesday, right? Yeah. The Angels won 7-0 over the D-backs. Reed Detmers, his 3rd win of the season. Merrill Kelly, his 6th loss. Pretty evenly spread there for Los Angeles against Arizona. Arizona also floating around 500 at this point. Then we get the Pirates winning 6-5 over the Athletics. This was Brandon Lau homer in the 9th inning, top of the 9th, but still the 9th inning to eventually win it there for Pittsburgh. Then finally, the Dodgers would win 1-0 over the Rays. Justin Robleski, his 8th win of the season. He pitched well there. I should have picked him up. I don't know why I didn't. Because he didn't pitch well the week before. But anyway, good win there for the Dodgers. They're at 47 wins now. So they are, might actually be top of the league at the moment. If I go to standings, not stats, standings. Overall, are the Dodgers the best team in baseball? No, it is Braves. The Dodgers are half game back. They actually do have more total wins than the Braves by 1, but they also have 2 more losses. That's why they are a half game back of Atlanta. But they are the 2 top teams, are the Braves and the Dodgers. Then the Brewers, Yankees, Rays. I can actually go over the standings now that I think about it, because we've reached the current day. I need to make sure it updates to the divisions. So yeah, the AL East is being led by the Yankees. They've kind of usurped Tampa Bay at the moment with a plus 117 run differential, by the way, compared to the plus 6 run differential that is Tampa Bay. Speaking of which, Tampa Bay is so Yankees 44-27, Rays at 41-29. They're 2.5 games back. Blue Jays 10 back at 35-38. Orioles 11.5 back at 34-40. Then the Red Sox 14.5 back at 29-41. AL Central, it is the White Sox at 38-33, tied technically by winning percentage with the Guardians at 39-34. Guardians just one more in both categories there. The Twins are 5 back at 35-40, Tigers 9 back at 30 and 43, and then Royals 10.5 back at 29 and 45. The AL West is being led by the Mariners at the moment. They are 38 and 36. The A's are 1.5 back at 36 and 37. Rangers 2.5 back at 35 and 38. Astros 4.5 back at 34 and 41. And then the Angels 8 back at 30 and 44. In the National League, it is the Braves leading the NL East at 46 and 25. The Phillies 7 back at 40 and 33. The Nats 8.5 back at 39 and 35. Marlins 11.5 back at 36 and 38. And then the Mets 15 back at 32 and 41. NL Central is being led by the Brewers at 44 and 26. The Cardinals are 4.5 back at 40 and 31. Cubs 8 back at 38 and 36. Pirates 9 back at 37 and 37. And then Reds 10 back at 35 and 37. So the NL Central is no longer like the bloodbath it once was. Some of these teams are starting to falter a little bit, but overall, still a pretty impressive division. Then finally, the NL West is being led, unsurprisingly, by the Dodgers at 47 and 27. Padres 9 back at 37 and 35. Diamondbacks 9.5 back at 37 and 36. The Giants 17 back at 29 and 43. And then the Rockies 19 back at 28 and 46. Brief look into team leaders. Batting average, individual statistics, sorry. Otto Lopez leads majors in batting average at 338. Jung-Hoo Lee behind him at 331. Yordan Alvarez, 326. Brandon Marsh, 324. Luis Arias, 319. Home runs, it is Kyle Schwarber at 25. Yordan Alvarez, 24. Byron Buxton, 23. Matt Olson and Hunter Goodman at 20. I think Munetaka Murakami is also at 20, but he is, again, injured. RBIs, it is Nick Kurtz at 57, Andy Pages 56, Jordan Walker also 56, Yordan Alvarez 54, CJ Abrams 53. So Nick Kurtz, I think, is taking over that top spot there. Hits, it is Otto Lopez, who I believe still holds the crown at 98. Yordan Alvarez and Luis Arias both at 88. Bobby Witt Jr. 85. Ernie Clement 84. Bobby Witt also now leads the league in stolen bases at 27. He has usurped Nasim Nunez, who's at 26. Jose Ramirez is still there at 24. O'Neal Cruz at 21. Jazz Chisholm at 20. I think Jose Ramirez is now on the 10-day IL, unfortunately, as well. I think he broke a hamate bone in his hand, which sucks. So hopefully Jose can get better. Pitching-wise, Aaron Ashby has the most wins at 10. Gavin Williams and Davis Martin both at 9. Christopher Sanchez, Jose Soriano, and others at 8. ERA, it is Jacob Mizorowski at 1.34. Again, don't know why Shohei is not on here with his 1.1 ERA or whatever he has, but I guess they're just not putting him on here. I don't know why. There's probably a reason, I just don't know. But Christopher Sanchez at 1.82, Cam Schiller also at 1.82, Chase Burns 2.01, Chris Sale 2.3. Saves, it is Cade Smith at 23, Mason Miller 19, Riley O'Brien, Brian Baker, and Paul Sewald all at 18. Strikeouts, it is, unsurprisingly, Jacob Mizorowski at 131, Christopher Sanchez at 116, Dylan Cease at 110, Reed Detmers 100, Gavin Williams 99. Then quality starts, Christopher Sanchez 11, Michael Walker, Sandy Alcantara, Shohei Ohtani, Bryce Elder all at 10, probably some others as well. Brief look into doubles leaders, it is Rafael Devers and Troy Johnston at 21 apiece, Ernie Clement at 20. Triples leaders, it should still be Corbin Carroll at 8, I think. Luis Arias is actually starting to catch up. He's at 6, but Corbin Carroll still sits there at 8. Most walks, it is Nick Kurtz at 67, Mike Trout 65, Taylor Ward 63. Most strikeouts, it is Kyle Schwarber at 107, Zach Neto at 104, James Wood 100. James Wood also has the fourth most walks still at 59. Let's see, OPS leaders, it is Yordan Alvarez at 1.075, Ben Rice at 1.007, Nick Kurtz at 1.006, James Wood at 96.7, Shohei Ohtani at 96 or at .967, and then .966. Pitching wise, most innings pitched, I'm actually kind of curious. It is Christopher Sanchez at 99, Sandy Alcantara at 97.1. Most hits given up is Michael Lorenzen at 106, Sandy Alcantara at 96, Mike Burrows at 94. Most home runs given up should still be Jameson Taillon, I think. It is at 20, so he hasn't given up one this past week at least. Jeffrey Springs actually getting close there at 19. Ryan Nelson and Mike Burrows at 18. And then walks, it is Jose Soriano still at 42, Bubba Chandler at 41, Kyle Bradish 39. I think that's all I needed to go over, right? I'm pretty sure. I think that's it. So yeah, that will do it for this episode. Next one will maybe be something this weekend. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I literally have no idea, but we'll see. If I don't, for whatever reason, same bat time, same bat channel next week for more baseball. Again, hopefully the Orioles are better by then. I really hope so. I'm sick of seeing bad baseball from my favorite team. But anyway, that'll do it. I'm going to go fall asleep in like 2 seconds at this rate. Thank you all very much for listening.